What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. One Piece 589. Yeah. Um, you guys have finally, Patreon members have finally gotten the 3 episodes of the the wonderful world of what is Law's ability. So I've gotten some feedback from you guys on like what is, what isn't, what can be. I have the Patreon pulled up over here. Try to go through some of these comments just because some of them are so deep. And then trying to understand Brook's ability as well, which is like a whole nother, we don't even know, question that I had because someone brought it up. George Charles brought it up. Appreciate you. Can you have enough hockey to just straight up resist Devil's Fruits? Now, I'm sure that has to be at a certain line, though. What are we saying when we say resist? If I have an ability like Perona, her negative, just, there's nothing you can do. You can't block it, can't stop it. Or you have an ability like Laws, which, he is just his domain. You enter that Genjutsu, you're just fucked. Can you just have enough aura, enough chakra, enough hockey that you're just so busted with aura that the Devil's Fruit is essentially just doesn't even affect you? Like Perona's shit would just go through it, or it wouldn't even like penetrate your body. Or Law would do his shambles, whatever bullshit, and it just like you just don't even get affected by it. Can you have strong enough hockey to do that? Because that's the impression that I'm getting. Because I used to wonder that question about Perona and some other things all along. It's like, if Perona just walked up on Gold Roger, if she just walked up on Whitebeard or Shanks, or the list goes on and on and on, she just instantly like putting them in the shits. Like how do you resist something like that? And the answer that I'm seeing is like, just have strong enough aura and it won't affect you. So my question is, there has to be a fine line of it though. I don't think it makes you immune to Devil's Fruit abilities. Like, I don't care how good your hockey is. If I'm Ace, or I'm Okuji, or I'm Akainu, or I'm Enru, and I hit you with my Logi ability, you should still be affected by it, correct? Like if I'm Ace and I have fire, and I just light your ass up, you're not all of a sudden immune to flame. You're not immune to that, are you? So I don't know like where the fine line is of like, if it's ability, if it is abilities that would affect you or have some type of effect on you, I feel like you could build a strong enough hockey to resist those effects. But if it's like an elemental type thing, I think you're not going to build up fire resistance. But that's the thing. It's like, you may not have like natural fire resistance, but could you resist the fire of a Devil's Fruit? I don't know. You're starting to get into real specifics there. So again, where that line is drawn, kind of, who knows? Still trying to, figure out when armament is being used, when it's not being used. Insatiable broke it down for me, saying that Shambles is like the Renegon teleportation. He can just blink whatever he wants. I guess it depends like how big you want to make that room. Because even if, I'm coming in there, I'm big dick swinging with hockey, he's trying to like dice me and slice me in pieces, pluck out my heart, that's just not affecting me. My hockey's just too good. He can still move freely within his own domain with the Shambles being able to just blink, switch places. So even if he can't do that to you, it still seems like a pretty busted ability in its own right. There's just so many things with it. And then what's even more wild to me is that the effects do not wear off outside of the room or a given time, which is wild to me. And I've been told that he's not really swapping hearts. It's more of like an anime's way of showing he's kind of swapping souls or personalities between bodies, which is fine. But I still don't understand how Smoker is even able to have a soul or a thing or a body that's still in use when he doesn't even have possession of his own heart. Like, you're just switching him to a husk, but his soul is still... Smoker doesn't control his own heart, but his soul is still freely used and manipulated, is ridiculous. Actually ridiculous to me, because it's like, if you switch them back, he's just going to go in there and be a plank of wood, a 2x4. Like, there's no heart. He can't do anything. But if I switch him to another body and someone takes his, they could freely manipulate his. But I don't know how I get down with that part of it. Everything else seems wild as hell. Don't want to take up too much trying to go into that. I'm sure I'll have a ton of questions on his abilities, what it is, what he's doing, all that shit. And we'll just have to really play with it and see how it goes. So let me go here. Let me pull that back up. Oh, wrong thing. Drag this. And I think we skip 590 and just go straight to 591. So it shouldn't be anything too crazy. But we'll go. And I understand Smoker always wears his shirts like open and buttoned down. So I guess that's what he's doing for her. But they had to do that to her. Who knows? Let's jump into a 589. Child abduction cases. Yeah, the personality and the demeanor just completely changes with that look of his. I like that look for her, though. I'd love to see a female character in the show like that. We don't really get like that. Yes, please button up your shirt, bro. Button your shirt. I like that look. It's kind of dope. Tapping on purpose. She went to adjust her glasses. Accident at sea or work of pirates, so nobody investigates it. True. Spit it out. Say it. And we get to see a little bit of what the captain looked like in his smoky figure. Someone's printing those articles. Maybe. I mean, I don't see them having it be one random in this group to give screen time to. It's got to be the gas smoke boy. They don't have these. Yeah, they don't have that kind of pull. It's got to be somebody with some rank. Smoker knows what's up. He's on that Okuji, that Saul, that Garp. Fuck Garp, to be honest. He doesn't count. He's the worst of the worst. Girl, button that shirt. Yes, get out while you can. Find a way to get off. Oh! So, like, how does this work? Is she now in possession of Smoker's Devil's Fruit ability? Or will the ability now be on the body that he's possessing? Or does she get to do it in his body? Or does he get to do it in her body? I don't know. I don't know. Frieza's freaking me out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like the effect and the sound he's got going on. And they're keeping the sound effect of that smoke going. Gas fruit. Yeah, he's just floating. Now, what is the difference between him and my favorite? He's gonna kill him. Is his just sleeping gas? And my man's is poisonous gas? Is that the difference? He put the real faces on them so they know who they're talking to. Where the hell did he get the ability to craft any of that? Never heard of it. He thinks it's sweet. Oh, you despise us. He's lost from our generation. Oh, he's an exception. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The worst generation. These damn Gen Zers, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, these damn kids, man. Drake, Hawkins. Ooh. Oh, so they are man-made centaurs. Man's given us the entire summary of his life like we had any interest. So those aren't his real... I thought it was just a group of natural centaurs that happen to be crewed up. Incorrect. This is exactly what Moria would want. They keep talking about what happened to this place, and I hate that they keep doing that. They're not going to show us any of it. Have we still ever seen a Vegapunk character design silhouette at all? Or any type of a shot of him in an old newspaper or anything? I don't think maybe we get it right here. I mean, they're definitely flashed back enough. He could be here. I don't know who he would be if they showed me anyway. Like Kuma. Chemical weapon, yep, that we know of. Shit goes boom. Mm-hmm. Mushroom Cloud nukes the entire place. Kamehameha. Hmm. Oh, so Gas Boy's operating out of the working one. Oh no. This is the remains. We're halfway, nothing's happened. Damn. Alright. Relax. I mean, I'll give him a pass. We did come off of 3 pretty solid episodes. Like I said, that was the first fight we've had in a long time with 2 parties that we actually have some involvement in, some interest in. Usually it's just Luffy beating up on the villain of the week. And it's like, okay, we don't have a connection to the other guy. Or whoever the arc is, seeing as, you know, the Fishman, for example. We don't care about any of those opponents. But here, though, I had interest in both. Just straight up nuked his own island. Now, I'm assuming Vegapunk himself wasn't actively here for this because he's still alive doing something. So shit just went wrong when he happened to be off island. So that's why there's a bunch of centaurs walking around. Does this have any marine connections, this guy? Gas Frieza Boy? Sounds like an amazing guy. So he showed up. I guess his gas ability can affect other gases. Is he crawling around this place with no legs? Just a trunk? He showed up like Moses. They are gassing, no pun intended, they are gassing his ass up. Sound effect and all. Well, nothing seems overly suspicious yet. Like, okay, they are abducting kids, but what are they doing with it? But, like, they don't seem to be harmed. Nobody seems to have bad words for the master. I mean, taking kids is fucked. What's happening here? Why is he the second savior? What did he do to help you guys? Oh, he switched them. And it permanently stays. Bro, what? What? That is insane. What? Yeah, we killed the dragon. It's an artificial dragon, it's not real. Ooh. Yeah, we killed the dragon. Eh. But what's his interest in the kids? For the future of mankind sounds exactly like Thriller Bark, bro. Yeah. Sounds awfully Thriller Barkish. Except there's lore being built up about him too. You know, that Chopper was gassing that man up about, oh, the doctor, he's so famous for this, and that. But this one, he's being built up as this like mythological figure. Told you he was gonna kill that guy. So what is his play though? Because they think he's walking around like Jesus himself. What are his... What's he going for here? That laugh is ridiculous, by the way. Oh, that's right. We got a name drop of him. Was he one of the doctors or whatever working for him? Let it go off on purpose so that he could spin the block back around? Yeah. Okay. He just wants to conduct his experiments by himself. He's got some Orochimaru in him. He's got certain ways that he wants to conduct experiments. Not very, not very humane. But what's his end goal here? Trying to be immortal, live forever? What are you trying to do? Mm-hmm. Yo, couldn't have slapped some cuffs on this man? How does everyone keep escaping and getting out? How does he activate his ability in your possession? No one's got some C-Prism handcuffs? The effect, though, again, looks great. They still have yet to show us him. Former government scientist, 300 million bears. Here we go. Now we're getting to see it. Alright. I like how it's just like the cloak around him. The purple hair looks great. The purple eyeliner, all of it. I like that they're really 100% committing to the sound effect of the gas. They could have cut that off at any point. This episode's gonna cut. Too good to be true. Oh, he's actually crazy. A little bit. So I'm curious of, like, you know, he says, I'll make them realize who's the greatest scientist in the world. But, like, what's the play? Like, what is he trying to accomplish? What is he trying to do? Like, what are we trying to show them? What are we trying to prove? What's the experiment that you can't crack on your own that you've got to do? Like, again, it's very Orochimaru. Like, there's things I want to see and that I want to test and that I want to try. But the government would never, you know, same thing with Thriller Bark. The government would never approve of the methods of what I'm doing. But what are you doing? Like, you're doing all this for what? Like, what's the end goal? What are the kids for? What are we trying to, what are you testing when you're, you know, gassing them out and asking them all those questions? What are we going for? So Law's the one that shows up and sticks them all with the centaur legs. Interesting. But again, why Law just happens to stroll over here? I don't know what his play is with that. And what they're working for or together or trying to gain off one another. Not sure about that either. But at least we got some good clarity there. We get to see the character. That's one of the better character designs. I kind of like everything about that top to bottom. I'm glad that we're finally away from him just like floating around as just a pure gas. So he's a poisonous gas, but what's the difference between him and Magellan? See, just poison slut? I don't know. Both pretty dope, and we'll just see how it plays out. That's literally all we can do, because we didn't get anything too crazy action-wise there. Essentially just trying to figure out, you know, what's the play with the kids. Then on top of that, you know, Law shows up. What is it that he's wanting out of this? And I'm curious, can she... Who gets to use Smoker's actual ability? His actual body or his quote-unquote soul? Or does neither get to use it because there's no heart attached? I don't know. We'll leave it. Like, I'd be curious for like any of the switch-ups here. We see that Chopper's... Well, is that a... Chopper's transformation that he has, the state that he's in right now, that is one of his, like, just a different Devil's Fruit switch up he has, right? Frankie's in there and getting to use that transition of a Devil's Fruit. So maybe she will be able to use Smoker's ability in his body? I guess we'll wait and see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,